Welcome everyone to day 7 of the Nutrien Classic Roundup. This afternoon we've got with us our 2021 Nutrien Classic champion, Ben Hall. Welcome Ben, thanks for joining us on the panel.
Hi, Slick.
How's the head?
Really good.
Is it? Clear as I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon Ben? 50 grand to the winner, yourself, in one back pocket, another 50 grand in the other back pocket from the One Stylish Pepto Syndicate. How does it feel?
Unbelievable. Yeah, I haven't never felt that much money, but it's still sinking in. I think it's sunk in. It's good.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Well done. It was so exciting to watch, and you know, having the number one draw and whatnot, you know, put you up there, and everyone was ready to cheer you on. I was certainly yelling for you, you know, around that first peg, and it was good to see you get another one and straight through the gate. So it was really exciting, Ben. Very entertaining. Tell us now, observing from the outside, Ben Hall doesn't change. What goes on in the mind of Ben Hall though in those few seconds before you ride in the camp for 100 grand?
Yeah, it was a long day yesterday,
Yeah.
waiting for it. Everyone talking about it. It was just more anxious. Just wanted to get in and get it done.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, once we got over there and got over there and it started, and the cattle come in, like it's just try not to think about anything else. Just do what you're doing, and it surprised me. I thought I would be a bit nervous yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always good to have good help too. Like, you know, a couple of mates watching the cattle and helping you out. And yeah, once you're in there and it starts,
Just another run.
Yeah.
Hey? Yeah.
We've always sort of been taught that from when we were kids. I've always said, you know, it's just another run. You still do the same thing, no matter what you got in the first area. So
Yeah.
deal with it from there.
Ben, the biggest thing for me, I was sitting on the back fence here last night with great, you know, there was Timmy Hollis and Cody Law and a few different guys around there. The major comment they had that your horses looked like they'd done more work than anyone else. Like they said they were a step above cutting out, they were a step above just how solid they were from woe to go. Like, must be a big program, or you know, they've obviously done more work than anyone else, because that was the big talk around the cutout yard.
Yep. Most of those horses, like, I got a good team of fellas that work for me, and we got a lot of stock work, and you know, we probably dealt with 70,000 head of cattle last year. So yeah, they obviously get the opportunity to see a lot of cattle, and most of the boys ride most of my horses, so they get rode to work. They've done a lot of miles, and when I'm sort of preparing them for down here, because every year we've been here, they've been tough cattle. So at home, I ride them like I'm riding for 100 grand to win. So when I come here and strike tough cattle like that, I know what I've got, and they don't. Hopefully, it doesn't bother them, and they can back it up and up the next one. So.
Felicity and I were talking beforehand. A few of the guys have come on and taken our little catchphrase. We've said this all week, that you've been down there giving out a lesson all week for nothing. You know, no fence sitting charge. Just go down there and watch you go round for round. Especially in the second round, the horse that you won it on, that was a big round and a heap of control in that second round. Right then it looked like, you know, and then when you drew first out, I think you come back to, you know, you're definitely odds on, you know, well and truly ready to go.
Yeah, this, like we all know, cane draft in this sport, you can be at the top one day or 1 minute, and then next minute you're out the shit chute sort of thing. It can go bad quick, but it obviously helps knowing what horse you got and how much horsepower you got, and if you know, when things get tough, if they get tough with it, and keeping your head right and just doing the basic things and minimising mistakes, I think is what I've been able to achieve this week. So trying to stay consistent is the hardest part.
Yeah, that's right. And over the 3 rounds, that's the big kicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you can stay solid, keep your head right and your horse's head right.
Yeah.
Find the right cow.
Yeah.
A few contributing factors there, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's all got to work for you, but you've got to make it happen too, I think. So.
Yes. Yeah.
So getting back to how does this stack up? You're a 2-time Warwick Gold Cup winner, and now a 2-time Nutrien Classic winner. I understand they're 2 totally different drafts, but it must feel extremely privileged to win not only, one of the biggest drafts on the calendar to back it up. It must be a big privilege to have a couple of trophies on the mantelpiece.
Oh yeah, it's this one well obviously pays a lot more than Warwick. It's a cut above most of the drafts. The biggest thing with this one and the achievement of winning here is you're riding a 4 or 5 year old horse. Where we go to Warwick and we're riding the same old open horse that you're confident on and you compete on, nearly every weekend. So if when you can come out and do it on a young horse, it's a pretty good feeling though. And still have a horse at the end of it. The cracks generally come open here with the younger horses, and don't worry, I've had them too. They just get a bit. Well, you're riding for 50 grand, so you're not going to spare them.
No.
Without being stupid, but.
And in your case, 100,000 last night, and there was a lot of talk on that. That Shakey's, left for Bali and this and that. And I
wondering if you can pay in instalments, maybe.
And I seen Jimmy Lyons come off the hill last night, and I said, "What do you think of that?" Jimmy said, "Well, Butsy's up there crying, wants to know what a third of 50,000 is." So Jimmy's helping him out in that department. So hopefully Butsy don't shortchange you. But we'll go back to the Elliston cattle. When they walked in, you could nearly close your eyes and peel one off and got the same result. They were just a beautiful bunch of cattle.
Yep, they've used Elliston cattle here nearly most years, I think. For a lot of years, they've been great supporters of here, and their cattle are always well handled. Like they all use, they use horses and dogs there all the time. So, like even when you ride through them, they're comfortable with your riding through them. Where some cattle blow around the yard and get stirred up and everything. So. It's it's a pleasure to go in and chase cattle that are handled and quality too.
And that's a good thing that you've done the hard work on the trickier cattle in the first 2 rounds. You don't want to see your finals cattle come out and be a lucky dip, and then at least you've done the hard work. You're on your 181. Then you've got a decent cow that you go, well, here it is. I've sealed the deal. Rather than come in and the same thing in that 3rd round. So
that's right.
Yeah, no, it was a good way to end horses last night.
Yes.
I was pretty happy with a couple of the young ones even stepped up and felt better. And here, generally, if they're feeling better the last run you're having on them here, well, you think you've got a bit of a horse, and especially if he can come back next year, younger ones. So.
How old is Doctor Who?
He's 5 year old, so he's finished.
So what's the plan with him?
Don't know. Haven't really thought much about it. I didn't. Well, you don't come here. Obviously you're coming here thinking wanting to win the 100 grand, but now it's come off you, or I don't really know what
now?
I'll do with him. He's a pretty decent pony. The black mare I run 3rd on. We bred her that Craig and Carolyn McNabb bought. She's only 4 year old, and I think she's every bit as good as him. And it's pretty good feeling knowing that I can bring her back next year.
So she's a Play Rio,
yep.
Is she? Yeah. And the other one that you rode is a Play Rio also?
Yep, San Diego, yeah.
So 2 Play Rios in the top 10 is a pretty big achievement too.
Yeah, and they're out of full sisters.
Yeah.
Their mothers. So
wow.
It's good to ride. Yep. Good to get the ride. Luke owns the Chestnut San Diego, so it's good to ride horses that you bred and do well on them.
Yeah,
obviously. And, yeah, they've been pretty good for us.
So people that don't know, you Play Halls. Daly's Play Rio is your resident stallion there at Muttaburra. Yeah, that's a huge feat that they're by your own stallion and live up to the hype and that down here as we know they can.
Yeah, it's like I say, you want to breed them and sell them and see them do well, and to come here and those two, none of the young horses this year got to go anywhere. So to come out at pretty much the biggest maiden draft you were ever going to go to, for aged horse, and turn up in the top 5, it's pretty good feeling.
Yeah, that's right. So the vendor the vendor of Doctor Who was Andrew and Jill Storman.
Yep.
From up there at Esk, Toogoolawah. area. So he's obviously by that one stylish Pepto out of a smart little Diablo mare of Andrew and Jill's. So I'm pretty sure Andrew's very excited.
Yep.
He was excited just to have you on him.
Yeah.
I was talking to him at the start of the week, and he said how exciting it was that you bought him, and you've ended up with the big one. So.
Yeah, no, like it's, you know, everyone's coming here to buy 600 horses there that people think that they're going to come back and win the classic on, and when it ends up being one of yours, I think it's a pretty good feeling. Yeah, like they've done an excellent job with him, training him, and you know, just a bit of work that we done with him this year, sort of.
Set it in stone.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he had a good foundation, and I think that's the biggest thing you can ask from a horse. For looking for a horse here is the start he's had, and at that age, you know, he only got 12 months to come back, and so yeah, it worked out good. So
yeah, fantastic.
So tonight in the gelding, are we going to give anyone else a turn, or are we going to keep the wick turned up?
Oh no, I am a bit greedy. I'd like to keep up there.
You might be here tomorrow night still talking about the gelding incentive. So you've got 2 in that tonight. Your 3rd out on San Diego.
Yep.
And 11 out on Angus Rain's horse.
Bustler, yep.
Yeah. Good draws again, and obviously you've got the track warm where you need to go, and
yeah, same thing. Just try and keep consistent, and I'm happy with what I've done. So whatever's a bonus now, I think. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I think that pretty much sums up Ben Hall in a nutshell, and the process of going through and being a classic champion. Ben, thank you so much for joining us in the studio this afternoon.
Yep.
And we wish you all the best for the gelding incentive tonight.
Very good. Thanks, Flick.
Thanks, Ben.
Brett.
Thanks, Ben.
G'day, I'm Peel Tribe from Navajo Trailers in Warwick, Queensland. We build custom-made truck bodies, trays, crates, horse floats, goosenecks and accommodation living trailers. From basic designs to high-end finishes, we offer personalised service with experience where it counts.
So the recap of the camp drafting on day 6 at the Nutrien Classic, we had the first round of the Dalgety Stallion Shootout, which was won by Pete Comiskey Archdale Convoy, Conman Stallion, owned by Philip Frame and Peter Stevenson. That's 88 points, wins the round. We had round 2 of the NCCA rider title. ACA lady, Shari Knudsen, took the win.
89.5 points. Go the girls.
Go the girls. Then we had the Charlie Marr Memorial Young Guns final. Matt Moffat, he was 180 points to win the title. There was a few back on 177, including last year's winner, Bo Bartel.
Yeah.
He was first out. It's once again great to see. You know, Matt had a big night last night. He won the Young Guns, was second in the Classic. Wonder how his head is this morning.
Oh, yeah, pretty big, I'd reckon.
Or
big and sore.
And
so
then,
he rode that Cat Swift of Zane Habmans and Kerry Thompson. That horse won the first and second round, I think, of the Open Camp Draft last year, led into the final. So it's a bloody good horse.
yes, and then we had local competitor Sophie Mains and Gem, 87 points to win the ladies shootout. That got tough enough till we seen some runs come late in the 10 runs.
Didn't it? Yeah. And Sophie come out last, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, won it from the back.
Very proud parents from here in Tamworth. So that was day 6 at the Classic.
So we caught up with Ben Hall earlier. That was great to chat to him, wasn't it?
One of the biggest things sitting from behind the cutout yard last night to see all the other top competitors keeping an eye on cattle. You know, we've seen, you know, Will Dirk and Zane Haverman and guys like that, you know, pointing out cattle to Ben that, you know, he had so many runs in there, he didn't see cattle coming in and out of the yard. That was exceptional to see, you know, the sportsmanship with them guys, keeping an eye on each other.
Isn't it great?
So that was a you know, a huge effort.
And you know, Ben was crook last week, and he had had to have a bit of time off and a bit of downtime, and he had young Will Durkin riding his horses and keeping them going. Like, just goes to show the sportsmanship in this sport, in this industry, is fantastic, and that's the sort of thing that, you know, we all want to encourage, and it's so nice to see it right through there up at the top, isn't it?
And as if, you know, Ben needed any more prizes to win from last night. We've had the Australian Stock Horse Society's Heritage Award presented last night, given out. Luke Cheney, he won first place for $5,000 cash. And then we go to Ben was second and Ben was third. So Ben turns out he's got $5,000 as well. So
$105,000.
without round money, without, you know, Ben was first, fifth and sixth,
First,
or fourth,
third and sixth
first,
in the
third
classic.
and sixth. So you look back then and you go, Ben's up for the gelding shootout tonight.
Yep.
Thank God he's got a semi that he can fit all his money and
I
prizes
reckon.
in to get home.
Might not be able to fit the horses in, but he'll have plenty of room for the
I know
money.
one horse that'll be going on first.
Yeah, that's right. Doctor Who's got a spot on the trailer. Second place in the classic, we had Matt Moffat riding Yaven Smooth Sailing. That horse is now gelding, bought last year through the classic, full brother to Stephen and Tony Hart's mare, Yaven Smooth Spin. So exciting to see this horse go through the classic last night and also be up there to win 20 grand in second place.
And goes through the sale ring
Yeah.
as well.
Today, isn't it?
And competes in the gelding incentive.
Yep.
So that's exciting for Kurt and Erica to have that horse, you know, go through and be so successful. It was just an outstanding final, like those Hereford cattle that come in there last night. Ben showed no emotion, but, you know, we could see that he was, you know, really, you know, so composed
Just that
and
tough
those
competitor,
cattle were.
isn't he? Yeah. So tonight's proceedings, we've got the Dalgety Stallion Shootout round 2. Some good horses in there to come back and watch again tonight, Brad. We've also got the ALEC Arena Bar gelding draft worth 5 grand and a Talk and Stylish service fee. Then we've got the Navajo Masters final, $20,000 and over $6,000 worth of prizes.
Once again, it's those older horses that have had the program. We've seen them be extremely strong on day one of the sale. I bet you those guys are happy that they're in the Masters this year and not next year, because the talent that has gone through the open-aged horses today,
Oh yeah.
it is going to be a tough Masters next year.
Yep. It's interesting watching the sale today with all those older horses. People are spending the money on buying the ones that are the trained ones that they can bring back for this money and the incentives, hey?
Just off the top of my head, I've heard a $65,000 gelding and $125,000 open stallion. Then we turn around. The person that you tried to replace me with has just sold their horse down there to Stephen Hart for $40,000.
Good on you, Riley. How have you gone today, mate? You sold anything?
No, I've had an easy day today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't had to sell a thing till Saturday.
Yep.
But yeah, he's winning the average on the sale horses at the moment. the
So
young rider.
far. We'll have to check in tomorrow and see how you go.
Outstanding. What a little legend he is.
Yeah, isn't he, what?
He's tried to take my seat, but
Mate, he's right up there. Like, he's right up there in his horsemanship skills. He's going to be hard to compete with when he, you know, gets to at least your height.
just what a great family, you know, like
Yeah.
they're great people, and, you know, we wish, you know, I hope every horse that he... Riley, I've got 3 horses. I sell 2 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday, if you don't mind. Could you ride them through for me? Please?
Might have to shorten the irons a little bit, but I'm sure he's all over that.
You can ride in his saddle, I do not mind.
So some sponsors of the Navajo Masters Final. We've got Foresight, Nutrien. Nutrien are supplying those finalist caps that everybody wants one. They're very highly sought after, aren't they? The ribbons, the garlands, the Eddie Fisher buckle. We also have Le Lucas Performance Horses. They've got the Bonlac Gigolo service fee. Easy On Rugs, they're providing the trophy rug. And Des and Pat Castine also supplying the bottles of wine. Was a Cow are supplying a mechanical cow.
Highly sought after prize for
Yeah.
many, many years.
Yep. And Mavericks have given up $500 for the highest cutout.
You can go and get a new hat. 500 new hat. Mavericks.
Oh, I'm so glad you did that.
Then we go on to the Martin Stock Haulage Open Camp Draft. $50,000 cash plus $4,000 worth of prizes. Once again, we've got Nutrien with the finalist caps, ribbons, garland, and the Eddie Fisher Trophy buckle. Wheel Draft Performance horses, Michael and Jan Wilson, breeding to Soda Justice. Then we've got Easy on Rugs, Des and Pat Castine with 30 bottles of wine. Mavericks, once again, 500. Go get yourself a hat. It's outstanding. All these sponsors, just great that those people, they may not be in the top money spots, but they come away, they've got a bottle of wine, a cap, great mementos for being in those, prestigious finals.
Yeah, for sure.
Tomorrow we will sell lot 162 through to 317. We will have all the event presentations. Let's hope Ben can bring the trailer out with him.
He's going to need one,
put all
isn't he?
these stuff in there. Round 3 of the Dalgety Stallions Shootout. That'll be our big round because we're outside, we're camp drafting in the third round.
Yep.
That'll be super exciting. So stay tuned for day 8 of the Nutrien Classic 2021.